Hello everybody and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and more oxygen not included in the frigid ant farm. Harold's about to take a big good old-fashioned chomp. That's hilarious. Oh, here comes the airplane! So, made some pretty good progress down here in the steam chamber, cleared the crap out of this stuff, filled up the water reservoir a lot. Didn't end up waiting to pump it all. I mean, it already took like, 30-some days since the last time I saw you guys, but, I didn't feel like filling it up all the way, it was taking way too long, so ultimately I just kind of broke down and started mopping it all, and that cleared it up pretty good. Got a little bit of leftover water here, just in case I need to have an emergency, release of water to protect myself from the molten magma as I start carving through the abyssalite. Which, theoretically, this abyssalite is not going to want to melt, so how exactly I'm going to trap this magma and not get myself horribly murdered is anyone's guess, but we'll do the best that we can, anyway. So yeah, goal now is to start setting up the proper steam chamber, very similar to what we had done before. Yeah, we'll just call this the test run. As horrible of a failure as it was, which, by the way, it's not even that horrible of a failure. If you look at the water down here, it's actually getting up to about 83, 84 degrees Celsius. It's going up as time goes on, thanks to the insulated tiles. It's just taking a very, very long time. But it's getting there. So technically, maybe someday, 100 days from now, this water would start to steam. In which case, I was just ahead of my time. I'm not wrong. I was just thinking too far ahead. That's my only crime, so whatever. We're gonna continue building this darn thing out, trying to kind of clear out a little bit of water. We might actually leave this water just to sort of protect myself. Dig through the abyssalite, start getting closer and closer to the magma, and see if, hopefully, we can release it without getting ourselves horribly murdered. I say murder. It's not like lava can murder you. Lava's an inanimate object. It's got no intent. Let's just try not to die. How about that? Uh-oh. Seems like we're getting kind of full here on my contaminated water. That's not good. And I got really no use for this water. Oh crap, what do I do with the water? I guess I could try making some fertilizer? I mean, we got nothing else to do with it right now. And it's getting kind of full. Good thing I locked these doors. And I can't use the water purifier because we're full on water too. So yeah, I guess we have to try making some fertilizer. Alright, we'll try doing that a little bit today as well. We'll produce fertilizer. Poop. Much poop water. Shall be turned into more poop. But this time productive poop. Something, I don't know. So this just requires an input of some sort. So probably needs power as well, I would imagine. We'll use our heavy wattage wiring because I never was able to figure out the circuits and making these things, a little bit smarter. Series, parallel circuits and stuff like that. Yeah, either way, I'm not sure this game actually tracks current and voltage. It seems to be just wattage and joules. And given that a watt is, what, a joule a second or something like that, so, that's all it seems to pay attention to. Maybe someday, though, we will be able to be smart with our circuits. And actually start manipulating the current and the voltage and whatever the heck else to make sure things don't overload. It'd be kind of cool. Don't get me wrong, it'd be pretty awesome. I'd be down for that. I also did take a little bit of time to kind of set up some of these aquatic farm tiles, since, they can just kind of float out here in the polluted water. Grow up a little bit of thimble reed and stuff. It's worked a little bit, but these thimble reeds are surprisingly sensitive to the temperature. You can look over here. Temperature range 25 degrees Celsius to 45 degrees Celsius, a 20-degree range here. And the oxygen around here, unfortunately, is, well, just slightly below 25 in some places. It's about 24 in many of these areas here. So we might set up a space heater and just try to heat it up very slightly. We only need to make this room up, another 1 or 2 degrees Celsius and we'll be fine to go. But anyway, that's the thought. Maybe that's helpful, maybe it's not, but either way, we can grow our own thimble reeds. Well, the good news is, it appears we are managing to make a lot of fertilizer. Ugh, look at that disgusting slop going into the weird little container. How's this thing even work? Nobody knows. But, good news is, once it's done, like a little convection oven, it'll go ding, and out comes the poop that we can use for farming. Which is awesome. So, at least we can start draining away some of our contaminated water now. Should be able to make plenty of this stuff. Yep, see, there it is. 4 kilograms of fertilizer. Wonderful. Okay, So it looks like we got all the piping and stuff situated like so. And I did get a little bit smarter and use some power switches so that we will be able to control these pumps without me having to get into these reservoirs. So, in theory, if I then were to turn on this switch, we'll start pumping out a little contaminated water. I'm going to sprinkle the floor here just a little bit so that we're able to dig without fear of magma immediately killing us. And then we'll get down here and we'll start digging. Dig, dig, dig all the way down to the magma. And we'll see what happens. It'll be great, I hope. Yep, there we go. Perfect. All right, out comes a little bit of water. And it's going to drip down over here. Perfect. We'll fill it up just a little bit. Just kind of cover the floor, just a little puddle. You know, nothing too crazy. And then, yeah, as soon as somebody gets down here to turn off the switch, that'll be great. I mean, there's no one around. There we go. Thank you, Meemaw. Someone did suggest that I could put my beds down here and stuff, and yeah, that certainly is an option. I mean, it's a bit of a pain. Kind of hate to put my beds down here because then I have to beautify the environment and make sure that there's plenty of oxygen and stuff, but I mean, yeah, maybe it's less of a pain than having people walk all the way down here to the molten core of the planetoid. I mean, who knows, really, right? Yeah. Can we not mine the tile that Nadia is standing on when there's magma under her feet? It's like Bonnie's trying to murder her or something. Alright, so the magma can't get through these corners, so now's the opportunity to start at the far side and kind of start gradually eroding the abyssalite. Ooh, nervous. Very nervous. Is it finally going to work? Am I going to redeem myself? Am I going to have a fully functioning steam chamber? By God, I hope so. Because this was horribly demoralizing. Alright, Marie. Godspeed. Get on out of there. Okay. So, the water's interacting weird, and there's some igneous rock that is 1,400 degrees. So that's going to heat up this water pretty substantially, I would think, over time. Well, not as much as you might think, actually. It's going down in temperature, not up. Okay, clearly we need more. So more we shall get. Let's dig away a little bit more abyssalite. Let's go ahead and turn this back on and pump some more water just to play it safe. Let's see if we can get more of this superheated rock. There we go. All right. A little bit more water interacting with magma. That's always a good recipe, right? Good things happen when you do that. Well, it's not turning into igneous rock yet. It's actually cooling down the magma substantially. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and turn this switch off. I think we got enough power. Yeah, we're just going to keep doing this and get a massive surface area of incredibly hot igneous rock. We're going to try to superheat this polluted water. I can see here that the temperature of this polluted water is going up gradually. It's starting to reach an equilibrium. Igneous rock is still getting colder, but I think eventually it'll kind of even out around 1,000 degrees or something. The important thing is the polluted water is going up in temperature up to 60 degrees Celsius now and climbing. As long as we don't have a ton of water, right, it's kind of a shallow pool, this stuff is going to heat up pretty quick. And once it gets up to about 100 degrees Celsius, that's when we're going to start seeing a lot of steam. Well, it's a little less than 100 degrees Celsius in the game. What is it? Oh, whoa. Polluted water actually has a higher evaporation point, 119.4. Huh. That's fine. I guess water, regular water, though. Let's see. 99.4. Alright, so the contaminants in the polluted water actually make it absorb a bit more heat. So that makes some sense. Fine by me. The important thing is, though, it's getting warmer. And the more we keep doing this, the warmer it's gonna get. Seems that some of this water is kind of either collecting and increasing in density over here, or it's just disappearing a little bit into the magma. Because now we don't have enough to kind of fill in this pocket, so we just have raw magma flowing around here. That's fun. I guess that means we need even more water, but of course that's going to slow down the heating process, so don't want to do it too much, but gradually. Whoa! That igneous rock disappeared. Yeah, interesting. Okay. So it appears the igneous rock does corrode under the polluted water, as most other materials do. For example, if I were to dig my way over here, kind of dig this area out, this gold amalgam, or the sedimentary rock, will eventually start to buckle under the pressure of the water and start leaking until it collapses. Turns out igneous rock under magma is really no different. But Eventually, it's going to reach an equilibrium. And by the way, we're getting kind of up to the temperature where this polluted water should start turning into steam. So, we're getting there. Okay, here comes some more water. That's going to form some more igneous rock. It's probably going to cool a lot of this stuff down in the meantime as well. It's unfortunate, but should be okay. Come on. Come on. Turn into more igneous rock. Whoop. Steam! I see steam! It's not really going anywhere, but we have steam! Alright. That's what I like to see. So can we please get some more igneous rock or something? Huh. Freezing point for the magma. I think that means more of like a solidifying point. It's not like it turns into ice or anything. But the magma ceases to be in a liquid state and turns into a solid at approximately 1409.9 degrees Celsius. So as we pour water on this, as this magma cools down, in theory, that's when it's going to turn into igneous rock. Ooh, okay. Not thrilled about how that just happened. It's going to... Whoa! Look at all the steam coming in now. Yeah, how do you like me now? That's the stuff I'm looking for right there. That's what I was looking for. Okay. Okay, good. Well, if I can just get in here and dig a little bit more out without scalding my people to death, that'd be great. But it's working. And yes, it looks like steam does go through the gas-permeable tiles. So if we can get enough steam that it goes up into this chamber and condenses like so. All right, we got some water starting to build up by the gas-permeable tiles. Now, a lot of it is cooling down before it's able to get quite that high. But over time... Oh, this liquid pipe bridge is overheating. That's not good. Okay, I think we need to replace that thing. Hang on. Pipe bridge... I think we need to build it out of abyssalite, to be honest. I wasn't aware it was going to be that bad. Huh, I wonder how many more pipes are going to burst on me. Well, it's going to be kind of difficult to do this now that we got steam. I wish I had thought of that before, but oh well. Yeah, you live and you learn. Okay, we have a new conduit. Good. So in theory, that fixes that problem. Food has decayed. I do not care. All right, getting some more igneous rock. Let's see. Now... I have a lot more water kind of building up here. And I don't think I want to pump any more water in, because right now, some of the steam is condensing before it's able to get above the gas-permeable tiles, and that's adding on to the water mass that's down here, which is going to make it a little bit more difficult for it to heat up. But gradually, it is going somewhere. We just need more. More of it! I do think it's interesting that I actually set this dig job to a priority 9 and they're not coming. Oh, no, take that back. Alright, Bonnie's a brave soul. Here she comes. Don't die, Bonnie. She's actually chilly. You're surrounded by magma under your feet, steam above you, but the fact that you're standing in water, and it's got low temperature comfort, well, slightly anyway in this area, you're complaining that you're cold. That makes perfect sense. Sure, why not? The good news is, even though it is hot, the steam is not dense enough that it's actually causing people to scald, so that's something. We seem to be doing okay. I'm going to try to open up a bit more magma. The thought here being the more surface area we have contributing to the heat, the faster we're going to be able to heat up this water mass. Got to be careful about this area, of course. Once we kind of cross this threshold and we break into here, I'm not too sure what the magma's going to do. A little concerned it might break some ladders and stuff, but if that happens, it happens. It'll be fine. Steam seems to have mostly dissipated. Alright. But we did get a tiny bit of water in the gas-permeable tiles. So really, it is just about getting more. That's it. And if we can do that, we're golden. And here comes some more steam. Is it going to be more than last time, though? I mean, it does seem to be getting around a little bit. And here we are about to unleash a bit more magma. This is going to get interesting pretty quick. Get out of there, Bonnie! Run! Alright. Magma's not going anywhere too quick. In fact, it appears we've created some surface tension, and the magma's not going frickin' anywhere. Oh, never mind. There we go. It's going somewhere. Alright. That's right. Cool down. Cool down a little bit faster, please. Maybe we should go ahead and turn this thing back on. I mean, I might just start destroying some of my ladders at some point. I mean, these ladders are only made out of sandstone or something. Can't imagine that holds up well under magma. odd. The polluted water and the magma don't seem to be interacting very well here. This magma's actually not cooling down very fast at all. Huh. Fascinating. Is this abyssalite actually straining under the liquid? Wait, can abyssalite actually break underwater? Plumbable, solid, raw mineral. Huh. I don't know, actually. Abyssalite might break underwater. I wasn't aware if so. Yeah, sure enough, the abyssalite actually collapsed under the water. I actually did not know it could do that. Okay, well, I'm probably not going to be mining anything else around here. I mean, this igneous rock is still quite hot, and as long as we have these pools of magma, like you can see here, this little bit of igneous rock is actually increasing in temperature, not decreasing. The magma over here stays plenty hot. It's just having a hard time kind of reaching an equilibrium over here because we've just kind of displaced so much of the magma. But eventually it should be okay. As for this stuff, I mean, it's kind of sort of cooling down, but it's taking a long time. And in the meantime, I'm kind of scared to move my people, because then the magma might come to get them. Or maybe not. I don't know. Whoa! We got people scalding now. Why is she scalding all the way over here? Is it really that bad? Oh my gosh, yes it is. The ladder's 171.7 degrees Celsius. How are you touching it? You shouldn't be. Yeah, apparently you can't get that close to magma and think you're going to be okay. Turns out, it's not very good for your health. Oh, yeah, there it goes. We got a lava fall. Get out of there, Bert! Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, Bert. Oh, what have you done? Oh, Bert, you're going to die. Dig up. Became infected with heat stroke. Build a ladder! How is he surviving under this? Just jump up, you... Okay, well, he's trying to get into the polluted water, and now he's trying to breathe the steam. Well, this may be the very end of Bert. Bert may be doomed. Nope, Bert survived. I mean, he's suffering from heat stroke, and he kind of stepped in the lava for a little while and stuff, but I mean, he's fine. He's gonna be great. Who's worried? I'm just gonna assign this medical cot to Bert because I think he needs it. That's odd. These gas-permeable tiles are actually taking some damage. I don't feel like they ought to be. They're made of gold amalgam, which means their overheating temperature should be pretty good. But it turns out these things are getting really hot. Huh. I didn't think it would get that bad. Well then, what's a better solution, I guess? I don't want to have to just keep repairing this stuff all the time. I wonder if sand can turn into, like, glass or something after it's been compressed by the magma for so long. Not that I'm aware of, but that would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Alright, so I would like to leave this liquid pump running as long as possible. What I might try to do is using one of the liquid valves again, and maybe it works this time, maybe it doesn't, but if we reroute this, perhaps I can control it so a very small amount of water constantly trickles into this area rather than dumping it. That way I can keep adding more water into the area so I can get more steam, but I'm not overwhelming it so it has a chance to properly heat up. Maybe. Alright, the valve's working, and it does... Well, it does seem to be actually reducing the flow a little bit. 386 grams is what I set it to. And yet, I'm still seeing huge bunches of 10 kilograms at a time going into the valve. Does the valve have a limit to how many, how much it can fill, like, contents? Or is it just a black hole and I'm literally losing that much water right now? Because that's sort of what it looks like. Well, that's stupid. Alright, go back to 10 kilograms. Wait, are you unable to now? Are you unwilling? What's going on? Turn this thing off. Valves annoy me, right? This should not be happening. It should be restricting the flow. I should be getting a 10 kilogram packet in here once every, like, what, 20 seconds or something like that. Instead, it's coming through every second, more than once a second, and I'm just losing crap tons of water now. It's not how it's supposed to work, guys. Yep, and sure enough, it definitely does not have, like, a reserve capacity in it. Otherwise, it should keep pumping out. Yeah, no. Something's just wrong with valves. Valves just suck. Well, now it's up to 10 kilograms, so I guess it did actually correct itself eventually. 396, 386. Yeah, at some point here it did switch up to 10 kilograms. Alright, fine. Whatever. I guess we'll just never rely on the valves. Joy. Still not quite enough magma to make this thing work for me. It's, igneous rock is cooling down rather substantially, and part of it's just because it's not connected to enough magma to keep it hot. What you want is this stuff to be kind of bathing in one giant pool of magma, but this neutronium's just in the way. Let's make sure that doesn't happen. So what we might do is build some ladders in these areas, which it says is unreachable because why the heck do we have dirt here? Where did the dirt come from? That's weird. Well, anyway. We're going to try to build some ladders and stuff. I'm going to try to open up a bit more lava flow in a few more places and see if we can pour lava into this area and keep it nice and toasty for all time. We seem to be wounding our people a lot lately. Lots of scalding stuff. Is it possible to fit a Rejuvenator somewhere? Let's say right here. We've never used a Rejuvenator. Maybe this thing will make people heal up real quick. We'll give it a shot. Alright, we have a Rejuvenator. Let's hook this thing up. I have no idea how much power this thing drains, but I would imagine it's a lot. Huh. We seem to be scalding some stuff here a bit. Okay, let's re-enable that. It's Hydro Fan, just kind of cool things down a little bit in the meantime. Hey, look, we got a space heater. How's it doing as far as the temperature? Well, it's trying. Okay, good. We can get some more fiber reeds. One thing I could do, certainly, is start fabricating a bunch of cool vests. Try to make it so people don't scald as easily down here. Am I really willing to go to that much effort? I don't know. Probably not. Wow. That was remarkably quick. I mean, I was about to say something like, all right, Harold's getting into the thing, but within like a few seconds, he was done. Bonnie, it's your turn. This thing's amazing. This is a miracle of medical technology. Look at that thing. Holy crap. I love it. You know what's amazing is despite the fact that these people are scalding themselves nearly to death all the time, is they're not stressed about it at all. They're like, it's fine. I'm sure this guy's got it completely under control. All right, magma. Do your worst. Start flowing. Flow over here. But, magma? This magma is remarkably viscous. Turns out, remarkably viscous. Oh, Bert, you're gonna burn yourself again, aren't you? Don't worry, this time I got a Rejuvenator. You'll be okay. Alright, here comes the magma, finally. Yes, magma, sweet magma, drip upon that water. So in theory, most of this, like, magma pool should start draining down into here, yeah? I mean, if so, then... this should certainly heat up the igneous rock a lot. Okay, Turner, get out of there, please. Why does this magma just, like, absolutely refuse to move, though? Wow, yeah, that is a lot of magma coming through now. Alright, let's crank up the water production and see if we can capitalize on this. Well, the water physics are absolutely freaking out right now, but that's just because they're interacting with so much magma. They don't know what to do. It's overjoyed. It's dancing. Oh, I didn't realize we had crossed over 150 cycles. Alright, well, I guess that's another milestone for us. Huzzah! And we're still doing just fine on oxygen and food and stuff like that. I mean, there's a lot of contaminated, polluted crap getting around the base. I probably should take some effort to clean that stuff up, but otherwise, yeah, things are looking pretty good. Where'd all the lava go that was in this pool? No, wait, seriously, where did it all go? It's like it disappeared. Huh? It couldn't have all flowed into only 2 tiles of igneous rock. That doesn't make any sense. How very, very strange. Not sure what happened there. And now it's saying that my liquid pump here is overheating, but I use gold amalgam. It's supposed to be fine. Why isn't it fine? I don't know, but if it is overheating, that does mean that some steam is finally starting to get through these gas-permeable tiles, and there we go, we finally have some water. It's not a lot, but it's a little bit. So yeah, victory is mine, or something. Heck if I freaking know, but we're trying. I mean, it's not like you can build a liquid pump out of anything stronger than gold amalgam. It's not like I can build it out of, like, abyssalite or anything, right? Pretty sure not. Oh boy. Alright, well, we're going to unleash a bit more water on this area. We're going to see what the magma can do for us, but I think we're kind of going to call this a wraps pretty soon here. This steam is certainly effective. I mean, it's pretty hot, but interestingly enough, so many tiles are just getting damaged. They're not supposed to. Gold amalgam is the most heat-resistant metal available. At least I don't feel like it used to be a problem. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Maybe it's always been a problem. Well, either way, the steam's finally gotten into this area, so that's pretty cool. We're going to go ahead and insulate this area off so we don't lose any heat to this chamber since there's no magma here anymore. We'll want to dig this area out if we can. Try to unleash a bit more water, which it looks like it is starting to collapse upon itself gradually. Here we go, here we go. Come on, a little bit more. Gosh, I have to repair this stuff so much. I'm going to go through all my gold amalgam just doing this. Yeah, it is not supposed to do this. At least as far as I'm aware. I guess the alternative... It's not as efficient, but what I could do instead is once I clear this area out, right, and a lot of the water flows out of here, I could just turn this kind of into like a half bowl made out of abyssalite tiles, and the steam will end up having to go through this area once it's all cleared, and then it'll condense down here, and the abyssalite should be able to handle it. And honestly, as long as I pump the liquid out of here, I think it'll have to be okay, but it might start overheating some piping. Who knows? Ugh. It's not as easy as I wanted it to be. Where the heck did all this magma go? Are you seeing this? All the magma's gone. What in the hey? Wasn't supposed to do that. It was supposed to keep flowing and turning into rock and stuff. But now it's gone. I feel like there's a bug in here somewhere or something. I mean, maybe I'm just doing it wrong. That is certainly within the realm of possibility, but it certainly seems that the magma is interacting with the water and then just going away. I mean, the water is supposed to turn into steam and the magma is supposed to turn into rock, but we're not even getting rock. It's just gone. Right, well, I guess I'm not going to get to redeem myself in this series. This is as bad as it's ever been. How remarkably disappointing. Can I point out that the steam in here is 1,000 degrees Celsius? Apparently trapping in this chamber with insulated tiles has made it superheat in ways that I never thought possible. Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I think the steam chamber is a bust, again. I mean, we definitely got a lot of steam, and I technically got some water out of it, but I don't know. For some reason, we're just not able to get it hot enough. Now, yeah, granted, once I mined this area out, a whole bunch of water came down here, and it's going to take a very, very long time for this to heat back up. But in the meantime, like, I'm looking at some of this igneous rock and stuff, and a lot of it's cooling down. It's just not quite getting hot enough for me. I don't know. I think eventually it will start to steam up again, but it's going to take a long dang time, and really what I don't understand is why so much of the magma seems to have just disappeared rather than turning into igneous rock. It's like matter just vaporized, right? And that just breaks the laws of thermodynamics and all that, you know? Energy and matter and all that cannot be created or destroyed. It can only change forms. Well, it appears that magma, once interacting with water, will just turn into nothing. It just, yeah, that's, well, very disappointing. I mean, you saw we got a lot of steam going, but one, I think this is too large of a chamber overall. It was a good idea, but it was a little bit too large. And then the magma disappeared. And then, yeah, and for some reason, stuff just melts. It doesn't want to actually stay strong under the thermal pressure of just steam. It's only 100 degrees Celsius. And yet, my pump and stuff was just falling apart. And my people are having to spend so much time repairing this stuff, they were dying in the meantime. I mean, they're not actually dead. No one's died yet that I'm aware of. I haven't done a head count recently, but I'm pretty sure they're all alive. The point is, why would you want to go to the trouble of dealing with magma anymore when all you need are 2 geysers producing unlimited water? I mean, we've done so freaking well on water, and we're still have way too much polluted water, but either way, why ever bother with the magma stuff again? Just build a tiny little chamber, set up the geysers, get a pump going, and you have an unlimited water source. It's really hot water, but that's it. Unlimited water. No need for anything else. So I don't know. It seems to me that polluted water is now something you just pump out of the base and you don't really bother purifying it anymore. I mean, I'm getting more fertilizer than I know what to do with at this point. We just can't get rid of it fast enough. I don't know. The balance of the game has shifted a lot in the last couple of patches, and the old strategies don't seem as important as they used to. Magma no longer cleans polluted water as effectively as it ought to. Stuff still melts even though it's made of gold amalgam. And geysers are your unlimited source of water. Who needs anything else? It is actually shockingly easy to reach self-sustenance. We have a sustaining base here. I mean, don't get me wrong. We've never had any food problems, like ever. And even then, I've got more mealwood and stuff just as a backup in case, but otherwise we're doing just fine. I mean, we're having a little bit of trouble, like, maintaining, you know, the polluted oxygen out of here, but all I have to do is set up some more air deodorizers and the problem solves itself. And then we need much larger tanks because we have more water than we know what to do with, and we're fine on oxygen. Concentration still looks pretty darn solid. So, like, what else is there even to do? At this point, while I still haven't figured out all of the balance of the game, because of some of the changes they did recently, the thermal upgrade patches and stuff like that, it seems like it's far easier than ever before to create a fully self-sustaining base. So, I mean, I guess the challenge then is to see how many duplicants you can have and how long you can last. But that's it. That's all the challenge that remains until they make some more changes into the game, which I'm looking forward to seeing. I'm going to go ahead and end this series up here, though. I think it's a good stopping place. I know that this series is relatively short in comparison for this channel, only 13 videos, but we have explored all the content that I think that we care about, at least until there are some major overhauls to the game, a lot of content added, a lot of rebalancing and stuff like that. So I've had a lot of fun with this, and I'm looking forward to seeing what comes next. Thank you all very much for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed this series and will hit that like button and show your support. Leave a comment with what ideas you have for where I could have improved my gameplay, or what kind of changes you're hoping to see in the future for this game. My name is Pravus, and I, as always, will see you guys next time.